Matt, thanks for taking the time for me to do this interview, because as I can see at this barbecue, the fun, the chaos is all happening. I had to drag you over here because you're talking to so many people. First, how does it feel about being part of the barbecue? But more importantly, how does it feel being part of TIFF?
Yeah, I mean, this is absolutely great to have a film like Living Proof and to be able to be here at the CFC barbecue. I mean, we're surrounded by great Canadian talent and filmmakers that, with TIFF, you're on the international stage, right? And that's a huge thing for a film like this, right? We have a politically active film that we're trying to actually make change and make people's lives better. And to be able to celebrate with TIFF, which is, one of the top film festivals in the world, and plus to be here with all the enthusiasm and the energy from other filmmakers, I mean, this is an incredible experience for us.
Well, I mentioned, of course, you're a director. You're a good-looking guy. Why aren't you in front of the camera all the time? How did you become a director yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I started off in this business, many, many years ago, and I've been a Canadian television director and film director for almost more than 20 years now. And I was fortunate enough to go to Concordia University and get my training there and to work there. And I have jumped in front of the camera at times. And this documentary, it's obviously a very personal one. I've done I've done documentaries on other people like Theo Fleury, Jan Arden, Ian Tyson. I did those films, and in this one I actually put myself in front of the camera and followed my journey after being diagnosed with multiple sclerosis and getting out there and trying to find answers and hope not only for me and my family, but for other MS patients around the world and for their families.
Well, I'm glad you kind of mentioned about that, and of course we are talking about this film Living Proof, because a lot of times you hear about all this money coming in and you hear about the disease, and a lot of people don't get it. They don't get where the money's going, what's going on, how does it affect people and stuff like that. Does this documentary sort of help break that bond and brings us into the center of what exactly is going on?
Right. I mean, Living Proof is one of those films where we follow the money. I mean, we chase the money when it comes to the pharmaceuticals, we look at the money when it comes to the charities, and we ask some pretty tough questions, right? And what we find, we don't really care for, but this kind of information is what we want to share with the public so they know what's happening. And we know money is a very important thing in finding, a possible cure for this disease or for doing more research. Now, MS or multiple sclerosis is the flashpoint for the film of Living Proof. But I think you just said it best. This is just a microcosm for the whole system. Right? So this is the kind of film we wanted to create for people who diagnosed with any type of autoimmune disease or condition where there isn't hope or answers. It's a question of you taking accountability, going out there and trying to find answers yourself.
I don't want to glance over it, but you said again, this is something very personal for you. I'll ask again, why?
Well, I mean, it's a good question. I mean, there's two reasons I decided to direct Living Proof right now. Number one is that I'd created a website to help people, and so many patients were reaching out, right? And so when I had that kind of feedback from the world, I said, you know what, my story's great. I'm healthy right now, but I want to tell other people's stories. I want to get out there and learn other people's, and to do that, make a film and show their stories. The second reason, it's been more than 20 years since I've been diagnosed. I stood up and spoke, all the way back to 1997, but people don't take you seriously when, you're 5, 10 years out from a diagnosis. But when you're 20 years, people want to pay attention. So I knew we were in a moment that we could tell a really important story.
Congratulations on that. When are we going to be able to see this at the film festival? And more importantly, when is the rest of the public throughout 2017 or 18, when are we going to get a chance to see this?
Yeah, I mean, right now the film Living Proof is going to premiere on September 12th at 6:45. That's when the public is actually going to get a taste of what this film is about. And for the public, I don't want to say too much, but right now we're working on a distribution deal that's going to be able to get the film to patients and families and to fans and viewers, hopefully all over the planet very soon.
Okay, so we can see it, but we still need more info, website, Twitter, all that stuff. For folks who want to help out, they want to see it, they want to help spread the word, where do we go?
Well, the best place to go right now is seelivingproof.com. That's for the movie. And if you're an MS patient, information about my story and potential information that's going to possibly help you in your disease is at mshope.com.
My friend, thank you so much for this interview.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you taking the time. It's important work.